Hello everyone, Cup here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. I have a high-ranked tournament match for you guys today. It happened yesterday in the, I think, European mini-tournament. And this is, I think, the semi-final it was, I'm pretty sure. I also got the final match, but the final was not that interesting. It was pretty much a steamroll game, so I decided to show you this one instead because it's much better. And it is between Andy and Cast, both regular high-level players. Blue starting out as a giant specialist with Fangs, Arclights and Phoenix. And Red starting out as cost control with Fangs, Mustangs and Marksman. And Blue is going aggressive here. Left side asymmetrical push strategy. The Arclights here really good to deal with all those Mustangs. Towers fall exactly at the same time, it seems like. Just one Phoenix left and it's already getting targeted by the sniper. Kind of unlucky engagement here. And a slight win round one for Red. Intensive training, always amazing. Mass produced melting point also for giant specialist, maybe, but Andy is going for shield device specialist. Also very strong, solid card. And for Blue here right now, actually really good because of all the Mustangs on the board. Intensive training for Red. And Blue put a Vulcan here in the flank right away, round 2. Very interesting. With all the Mustangs here, they are good targets for this Vulcan. Let's see if this works out. But also, I'm wondering what Blue is going to do going forward. Vulcan in the flank, kind of a big investment. And if the opponent just counters it, that's a lot of XP for them and also a lot of credits wasted for Blue. Finally spawning in, taking out one pack of Mustangs, but also it's still binding all these Mustangs here, even though it can't take down the leveled pair. All these Mustangs were not able to help in the fight here with the main army coming in. This Marksman though, taking out all the Phoenixes both turns. But yeah, good enough for Andy now. Amp core and portable shield, really good items. Giant Hunter. Blue is giant specialist and already has a Vulcan, so maybe Giant Hunter for Red here. Amplifying core for Blue. Putting it on the Vulcan in the flank. Giant Hunter? Oh no. Let's see. A bit of an investment and a bit of a risk. If you fall behind because of this and can't actually kill the giant, you might lose. And yeah, Red is going for the safer route and is also just picking up the amplifying core. Maybe going for like Fortress or Melting Point or something to deal with the Vulcan now. Let's see. Another Vulcan here on the right side as well. All these upgrades though. not taken by blue. Instead added the Vulcan here on the right. Not really sure about that. I feel like all these upgrades would be really good. Phoenix upgrade better in the future when red is going for some bigger units, and the Arclight upgrade already good against the level 2 Mustangs. And Mustang spam kind of coming out from red here. Also the amplifying core went on the level 2 Mustang pack. Not so sure about that, going even heavier into the Mustangs when there are already Vulcans on the board. But I assume they know what they are doing. Vulcans might need range though, to deal with the range Mustangs better. But yeah, right now it's still good enough. Double Vulcan against mass Mustangs is just too good. Battleship could be a cheap round win basically for red if they wanted to. Backdooring blue because they are positioned so aggressively. However, they're deciding to skip. Red definitely making very different choices from what I would do. And blue went for Speed Specialist to push in quicker and get to the towers quicker because they're already playing aggressively. Also good for the Vulcans, by the way, to close the gap to the ranged Mustangs. And here we go, finally a giant fortress coming out for red. Maybe with intensive training as well. Intensive training going on the Mustangs with the amplifying core, so level 3 Mustangs now here. And another Vulcan coming out for blue. So there are Vulcans all over the place now, left, right and in the flank here to take on the Mustangs. Shield coming down will block the Vulcan for quite some time. And some fangs in front of the Vulcan to protect against, preemptively protect against something like Fortress or Melting Point or something. So the Vulcan is not getting locked onto right away. Shield is going to hold for quite some time, but also level 2 Vulcan with amplifying core is holding out for forever. The level 3 Mustangs with amplifying core still not enough to take this on. Again, I feel like there should have been a giant here, Melting Point or Fortress, to deal with this Vulcan in particular. I feel like red is underestimating this Vulcan turn after turn. It's doing so much. It's distracting all these Mustangs and also taking out a lot of Mustangs as well. Maybe next turn red will react here. But actually also all the army is getting taken out now by the ranged Mustangs. And it's just the one Vulcan, and it's now actually locked onto the Fortress as well, and the Fortress can just tank it. So that one Fortress made all the difference here. That being said, I still feel like Fortress could have come out earlier already to address the flank Vulcan. Charged ammo, really strong item for Mustangs. And Andy is picking it up though. Where's blue putting it on? Red also going for it. Where is it? Here. Okay, blue is putting it on the Vulcan on the right. And red is going to put it on maybe this pair of Mustangs. Let's see. And here it is, finally. I was waiting for this for like 2 turns or something. Fortress here to address the flank Vulcan. Oh, I didn't see this. There were there were flank crawlers by red here that actually also got into the tower, I'm pretty sure, and took the tower here. So blue is putting down an arc light to shut that down. And another fortress. So 2 more fortresses. Correct choice in my opinion. But also Andy is going for melting points already. To start it, and is starting to address the fortress. At least one of them right now on the right side. As long as the Vulcan can clear the way, and yeah, it's working out. Melting point with range, locking on to the fortress pretty quickly. However, now the melting point all by itself. And the flank here is still surviving, by the way. So that one level 1 fortress was not quite enough. Very close though. Vulcan almost down. However, it's now being now I can't talk today. It's now able to get upgraded to level 3 with the amplifying core, of course. So it's getting bigger and bigger. And at this point, I feel like the fortresses need punches. The fist upgrade. Or maybe red even needs to go for melting points as well. Because it's kind of getting out of hand now. Potential level 3 with amplifying core Vulcan. Also mass produced melting point. Come on, now you gotta pick it. Red needs to pick this. Please, do it. No, orbital bombardment coming down from for both players. And there it is, level 3 Vulcan, 237,000 HP. Another melting point added here. Also, oh, armor enhancement on Vulcan. I have not seen this in... I don't know if I've ever seen it, to be honest. Because usually people don't address Vulcans with Mustangs. But yeah, it seems like it's working out here. Armor is going to negate all the Mustang damage pretty much. Actually, not only pretty much, it's actually going to negate all of the damage here in the flank. Because that's 180 damage blocked. And these level 3 Mustangs with amplifying core only do 159. So this Vulcan is only going to get damaged by this fortress. However, level 2 fortress now, and it got the punch upgrade. Let's see if that is enough. Punch not doing a lot of damage though. Look at the health here. The Vulcan is taking down the fortress quicker than the fortress is taking down a Vulcan. You don't see that often. Punch is also coming down here on the right. Also not enough to take down this melting point either. And the flank Vulcan still out of hand. Still not under control. With the armor tech now, it's not dying. It won the 1v1 against the level 2 punch fortress. If only red went for mass-produced melting points and just put one of those here. Man. A single mass-produced melting point would have been enough to deal with this. It feels like red just can't get a grip of the situation. It's always just a little bit out of reach, kind of, to win the round. They are addressing things, but it's always not quite enough. And with Andy winning the rounds, a lot of XP coming down on all the units. This Vulcan can almost get leveled again. Photon emission coming down for blue. And red is still picking. Also going for photon. Melting points on blue's side now have range and the EMP to disable the punches on the fortresses. And here we go, there's a melting point now. Finally, red is also going for melting points, or at least one. No, there's another one. This should finally be enough to address this flank here. I feel like now, with both players having melting points with range, the temporary range upgrade is super important, and red is actually going for it. Good choice. And here we go. Melting point locked on. Also a melting point coming down in the flank as well. And finally the level 3 Vulcan going down, and the flank handled super easily. I still don't understand why this melting point didn't come out sooner here. So flank super easily destroyed, and yeah, right side also winning now with the melting point and range, and as also temporary range again. It's really important in kind of a mirror situation between melting points. And now red is winning super hard. This turn at least. Let's see if they can keep it up. Melting points making all the difference here. Maybe that was red's plan all along, to bait blue into more giants and upgrading the giants even further, so then single melting points could shut that all down. Maybe red is just ahead, always a step ahead of both blue and me. Maybe they know what they are doing. Lightning storm for blue. Red still picking super heavy armor on giants. Pretty good, but they are melting points, so maybe not. Also, the storm was picked for red. Storms all over the place now. Also, both players going for some bubbles to protect against the storm. Blue reinforcing this flank with some more fangs to distract, so the melting point doesn't lock on that quickly to the giants. Another melting point coming down on the right here, and a flank Vulcan. But yeah, there's a melting point here now, so red has that covered. Melting point on this flank. It's not doing anything, it's so slow, can't get in range. Actually now it's taking out the Vulcan. Temporary range now from both players, by the way, so blue also has range. And is not losing the melting point 1v1 anymore. Quite a close round, but it looks like now it's back in blue's favor. Yep, and that's a lot of damage. 3 melting points surviving. But not over yet. Iron Blast for blue. EMP could also be pretty good here, I feel like. Yeah, EMP on this maybe. But also Iron Blast, obviously, if you can properly aim it, could take down some giants here as well. And yeah, this Iron Blast is going to get a lot of value, it looks like. Doing a lot of damage to the giants and taking out all these Mustangs. Level 4 Vulcan now. And the energy absorption upgrade on the melting points coming down. And yeah, EMP was picked by red and put here as well to deal with the 3 attacks here, or with attacks on the 3 giants here. Some barriers to partially protect against the Iron Blast. So blue is ahead attack on the melting points now with the energy absorption. And I think that might make a difference here, because it comes down in the end to the melting points, I feel like. Also, this Iron Blast took out pretty much everything here, so the flank is winning on the left side. Left side in general is winning. However, right side is losing pretty hard now. 2 fortresses still alive and 2 melting points and a lot of Mustangs. Power debuff though, and the range melting point taking out fortresses pretty comfortably. Power debuff, not enough. 2 melting points versus 2 melting points. However, Mustangs making the difference here. Blocking and melting points at exchanging some EMPs, all text disabled. But yeah, 2 melting points and Mustangs. That should be enough. GG. Very interesting seeing the armor tag on the Vulcan, to be honest. I don't have it slotted and I feel like nobody really does. Because Vulcans usually don't get counted by Mustangs or anything, so you don't really need this. But in this case it actually made sense. And it worked for the longest time, but eventually red caught on and went for melting points to deal with those. Yeah, GG. Good game, good game. Alright, thank you guys for watching and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.